this once again. So if you saw what just happened a few minutes ago, we apologize. We got booted out of our freaking Restream studio, and they didn't want us to talk about the NFL playoffs. So guess what? We're deciding we're just going to restart and act like that never even happened. So guess what? I'm going to do the whole thing over again. It's Super Wild Card Weekend. Let's talk about it. So do us a favor, for the second time tonight, kick back, relax, and enjoy the hopefully a non-interrupted version of the wild card edition of the Friday Night Gridiron Pix, which hopefully now starts right now. All right, everyone. Welcome back into the Friday Night Gridiron Pix, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, coming to you guys live from Hamilton, New Jersey. Of course, this is the show that gets you ready for every week around the NFL and sometimes college football, even though the playoff is winding down, but that'll be on Monday. We'll get to that later. But let's get into this. Tyler, how we doing tonight, first of all? Oh, wait, hold on. First, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. We apologize, everyone. We started this show 15 minutes ago, and Restream kicked us out.
Yep.
So we
here we are. This isn't deja vu.
No.
Back at it.
We have no idea what happened. But, Tyler, how we doing tonight?
Doing good. Pumped up, ready for a fun wild card weekend. What's up, Clint?
What's up, Clint? All right, at least that was the one good thing. At least we didn't have the chat going crazy yet. At least that didn't do nothing to us. So now we're live. We're ready to go. Friday Night Gridiron Picks. Clint, you did. You brought it up.
I wanted Ole Miss for the story.
I did too. But Tyler, let's go back to what we were talking about before we were booted out of our studio a second ago. I feel like this is the most unfavorited playoffs in the NFL we've had in a while.
Yeah. You can't find a clear favorite in either conference.
No.
It's probably like at least 3 teams from each that all have a shot.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see how. I don't see it. I mean, we have no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, none of that stuff going into this postseason.
Yep. And the problem is, you got 3 teams that all have better records than the Buffalo Bills, but yet they're still the dark horse that might be favored throughout these playoffs just because of the playoff experience year after year. Now we know they're still trying to make it to the big one, but they still got the experience. They put together the runs. They made it to the conference championship.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a lot of these other teams can say that. And these quarterbacks and coaches. So they're the dark horse in the AFC. Oh, was that 21?
21. Yeah, because that was the year they made the Super Bowl and lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
Was that the last time they made it?
I think it was, because I don't think they showed up again since then.
That Bengals franchise is cursed.
They are.
That is cursed. Freddie, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Freddie?
Freddie, of course, started up a platform called the Primetime Sports Network. So please, guys, go give them a check out and give them some love. They'll be having some shows dropping soon. So please go give them some love. Freddie, appreciate you tuning in with us tonight, brother. Really appreciate it. So, all right, Tyler, let me ask you this. Before we get into the wild card weekend, who are your favorites in each conference? Now, I know OG asked us on YouTube on Monday on Unbiased, who was our favorite, our Super Bowl pick, right? We went into that. Who are your favorites?
My favorites. Is there a limit?
You got to pick one from each.
I only get one? Damn. All right. My favorite out of the AFC, I've been saying it for weeks now, it's got to be New England. I think they're the most complete team in the AFC. And I think that what Vrabel has done with this team, this isn't the same Vrabel from Tennessee, who somehow willed Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill into the playoffs. It's a whole different monster.
They were the 1 seed.
They were.
At one point down there.
And they still weren't the favorite. But New England, they seem like they've checked like every box off. Yeah, I get it. They're the 2 seed. They didn't get the 1 seed. But, things happen. Just because you're the 1 seed doesn't mean you're the unanimous best team. And I definitely think the Broncos, their offensive struggles, I feel like it's going to come back to bite them in the playoffs. Not saying they're going to get bounced early, but I see it getting to them. And that's going to be the reason they don't make it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
But on the NFC side, oh man, this is tough. As an Eagles fan, I got to put the Eagles fan card away. Even though it's not unbiased tonight, I could choose the Eagles card. But I'm going to go with another team that's been scaring me this year. And that's Seattle. With how great, physical, and aggressive their defense is, what we always say, defense wins championships. And they also have a hell of an offense to go along with that. Yeah, Sam Darnold might not be perfect. He might turn the ball over once or twice a game. But he usually makes more than enough plays, and the defense is always getting the ball back for him to where it doesn't really matter. I think that the Seahawks are the scariest team in the NFC. Now, scariest doesn't always mean that, okay, they're definitely making it all the way. They definitely have their weak points. They've been exposed throughout the course of the year. And they got a lot of good teams to go through. They're going to meet with a Rams team that they're 1-1 on the year. At some point, they might beat the Rams. Same thing with the 49ers. I mean, having 2 division rivals in the postseason with you, that makes it a tough journey.
And there's Arizona.
Who's Arizona? What's Arizona?
Exactly my point.
They have a football team?
I think they do.
Oh. I don't know what I'm watching on my TV right now. I saw what I thought was going to be a sack. Then the ball popped up in the air, and I thought it was a fumble. And then Mendoza catches it, and then he starts running with the ball again, and then he gets sacked. Huh?
So Clint said, no Lamar, no Patrick, no Burrow. If Allen doesn't do it this year, I think he never will. Yeah, honestly.
That's honestly the hard truth.
Freddie, you know it's always love over here, brother. We'll have to have you on some time with us, too. That'd be awesome. Mikey's going already with a prediction. He's going Jags 41, Bills 27. Okay, Mikey. Anthony's going New England and the Rams as his favorites. Mike said the Pats are going to be upset by the Chargers.
Really?
And then as we brought up the defense stuff, Mikey likes to bring out, it's all about the D comment, which he brings out, I believe, at least once a week. But so,
I'm with
and now Clint. And now it's Herbert with a banged up offensive line.
Yeah. You're asking him to do a lot.
So here's where I'm at. My favorite conference in each conference, before we get into the predictions this weekend, I'm still staying loyal to what I said on Unbiased on Monday. I like the Broncos in the AFC. Their defense gets to sit at home for as of right now the remainder of the AFC playoffs. It is still one of the 4 best defenses in football. They get after the quarterback. They have the best corner in the league. They take the football away. They get after the quarterback. And Bo Nix has still played really well this year. I know the numbers don't say he has, but he's still played well. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. I like the Broncos. And in the NFC, I don't care that they got to go on the road. I still like the Rams. I understand and I love all the points you made about Seattle. I love that Seattle team. What Mike McDonald has done with Sam Darnold. This was also a Seahawks defense that at home allowed over 30 points to this Rams team. So the Rams happen, and the Rams will be healthy now. Devontae Adams is back. He's off the injury report. I like the idea that the Rams are still my NFC favorite. Matthew Stafford's has had a hell of a year. And their defensive front still gets after the quarterback. Now, don't ask me how they stop the run because they don't do that very well. But I still just feel like with that offense, with Puka going well and Devontae Adams, and now they have this unforeseen duo at running back with Blake Corum and Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
And once again, I love Seattle. I got to see it. Let me see what Sam Darnold looks like in the playoffs again, because last year it wasn't pretty.
No, it wasn't.
So, and Anthony said, I look at Matthew Stafford versus Sam Darnold's stats from their last meeting. Stafford was he was. And that's the thing. Stafford's probably the best quarterback on the NFC side right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
With how he's played. And I don't want to take that away from anybody else. Hurts, Darnold, Brock Purdy, who's been playing
Stafford
with all his stars.
Is a future Hall of Famer. Everyone else still has to prove themselves.
Boy, Clint just had to do it. Clint, you just had to do it.
Now, hold on. Sam Darnold hasn't been on enough good rosters to have that same sentiment as Justin Herbert. How many times has Herbert been in the playoffs in his career so far?
Hey, this is his third.
And Darnold's been in the league longer than him by a few years.
Yeah, so I mean,
Herbert's lucky that he was drafted into a decent team that has done pretty well by him in the standards of the Chargers, that is. But no, I'm not putting that. Nope. I cannot co-sign that statement, Clint, unless if I see it happen this weekend. If he's out there throwing interception after interception, then we can have that conversation.
And I actually like how Mikey's putting this because, he finished the comment right here. The Eagles can be the dark horse. Somehow the reigning Super Bowl champion can be a dark horse in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because he's let me just tell you this. Even if this offense, look, they're not going to replicate what happened last year unless that week off really got the O-line healthy, which I don't know how much it can at this point in the year. If this Eagles offense can even replicate, I'm going to hurt you with this one because there's too much talent on this offense to say this, but given the situation that we're in, you got to take your pick here. If this offense could even just replicate the 2015 Denver Broncos, with Peyton Manning throwing 9 touchdowns and 17 interceptions and getting benched midseason by Brock Osweiler. If we could even have that kind of offensive game plan throughout the postseason, I think this team's going back to the Super Bowl. Because there's a guy that sits up in the box by the name of Vic Fangio who I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, that's nice and all, but I still stand by what I said about the Eagles. The offensive line needs to figure out how to get almost back to where they were last year. Not asking for the full thing. We were 18 weeks into the season. That's not going to happen. If it wasn't fixed by then, it's not going to happen.
No.
Get me to a level in between where they are at now to where they were last year. Find a middle ground, because anything is going to be better and look like a better product on the screen for that whole offense. Because I know you've been saying it for weeks now, offensive line is a big issue to the offensive struggles. And I've tried to talk myself out of it. But the more and more I think about it, I'm like, okay, not that much time to throw. Whose fault is that? Offensive line. Getting hit behind the line of scrimmage almost every run. Whose fault is that? Offensive line. Everything just kind of points back to the offensive line's performance.
So here's the thing, not all of it, because there are like,
I know there's bad play calls. I know that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because where I'm going with it is Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni. They're good at one thing: the scripted plays to start a game. Those first couple drives of the game, even in Buffalo, you're like, wow, maybe we turned a corner here.
Yeah.
Then the defense makes adjustments, and Kevin Patullo wets his pants and doesn't know what he's doing. That is where this coaching staff has struggled this year. It's the in-game adjustments. It's the halftime adjustments. That's the problem. And like how Clint said right here, that Saquon is the X factor. He can only be the X factor if the five guys up front allow him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll tell you who a bigger X factor is, and it's that guy that wears number 11 that's lines up wide. I don't want to see no complaining. I don't want to see no bitching after games. Go out there, perform. And the other thing when we talk about it, a lot of people bring up Jalen and not using his legs as much. Well, how is he supposed to? These guys can't block. Jalen needs them to block for him too if you want him to run the ball.
Yeah.
But no, the biggest X factor is this offensive line, and how healthy are they? We were so used to last year; they were just pushing guys out of the way, mauling over guys. Now they're getting mauled over. Cam Jurgens has been awful this year. Yeah. How the NFC voted him in as a Pro Bowler, I will never understand. But he has been awful this year.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Landon Dickerson has been banged up since training camp. Even Mailata admitted he's banged up. It looks like we're getting Lane back, so hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
And
you never know how that's going to impact him still. Or how easy it can be re-aggravated.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've said it 1,000 times. I have never seen a guy come back from a Lisfranc injury in 6 weeks. So we're going to have to wait and see how it turns out, but hopefully it all works out. Lane he looked pretty good moving at practice this week. He's looked pretty good moving. Mikey said, Jags, Eagles, Super Bowl. Mikey, I'll flip.
Oh, man.
Clint said Saquon gets lanes to the outside, run the ball. Eagles will be fine if Hurts is not full. Yeah.
So
well, Clint,
here's another thing. Last year, you go watch Saquon Barkley's highlights from last year. Almost over like 70% of them runs to the outside. You know what a big factor is to running the ball successfully to the outside? Getting good pull from your interior linemen. Haven't seen that out of Jurgens. Haven't seen that out of Steen. Haven't seen that out of Dickerson this year.
Well, see, here's the thing. They've never really pulled a lot with the guards, but they always pull with the center. But again, Cam can't move. He's got the back and a knee. He
and
can't do it.
that's where we start to really miss Kelsey, because he was one of the best centers, one of the best pooling centers.
Hold on, no. Cam does it. Cam can't do it right now. He did it last year.
Not right now, he can't.
And but I'm actually going to... Go ahead.
Will he get back to a point where he will be able to perform like that again? Or are these injuries just going to keep nagging at him year after year?
All I'm going to say is that if they are concerned about his health long term, all I'm saying is that Tyler Linderbaum is a free agent this offseason. That's all I'm going to say. And who says you got to get rid of Kate? Maybe can't include the right guard.
Yeah, maybe put him back there.
He was a Pro Bowl alternate there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Like, I understand that people keep talking about running to the outside. They don't. Barkley didn't run that much to the outside last year. You think he did because of how easy it was. What really helped last year was that you had a 6'8", 375-pound woolly mammoth by the name of Mekhi Becton that was just bull rushing guys off the line of scrimmage. Like I said, the downgrade from Mekhi Becton to Tyler Steen in that department has shown this year. Tyler Steen has not been awful. He's not the worst right guard in the world. I've watched Matt Tobin do that, trust me. I'm not insulting Tyler Steen. He's a good sixth offensive lineman off the bench. That's what he is. He is not a full-time starter. And we've learned that. But this team really missed Mekhi Becton this year. Well, I mean, Lane Johnson can't do anything but help, right? Like, he's not going to hurt this team.
No. Because he's disciplined, and he's got the veteran experience. For anything, he's going to elevate Tyler Steen's play.
I agree. Anthony said it's come to a time where Justin Herbert and T-Law needs to show up or they can be traded out. Anthony, if you watch teams like the Jets and the Raiders and teams like that I don't care how much they fail in the playoffs, I ain't trading either of those guys.
Yeah, honestly, that makes you sit back and you're like, it can be worse. It can be.
Like, you bringing hockey into this?
Oh,
I like it though, Mikey. I like that though, Mikey.
Oh, man, if he says 76ers winning the finals, I might have to pop out the show.
Don't say that. We already got popped out once. I know, Mike, it's not going to, and Mike said right here, it's not going to be pretty to repeat. No, it's never going to be. You're the champs. You have the target on your back. Last year, they were hunting down to get back to the Super Bowl to get revenge on the Chiefs. Now they are the hunted. And I think they've responded well. But like I said, I will travel anywhere. I will go to Chicago. I will go to Seattle. I'm not afraid to walk into the 12th man. With this defense, they have proven to you that they can put you on their back for 58 minutes. If you can't do something with the other 2 minutes, that's your freaking problem. But for 58 minutes, this defense has proven time in and time out it can carry you to wherever you got to go. And that unit's going to get healthy now. Nakobe Dean's going to be back. That's going to be a big boost for that defense this weekend.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tyler, we've been on for 23 minutes. We haven't talked about one of these games yet.
Now we just talked about them in broad.
Yeah, we're basically getting some broad takes here. But all right, let's get into it, guys. And look, as we're going through the games, guys, throw your comments in, throw the picks out. Who you got winning? Give me a score. Do whatever you want to do. Give us what you want. We're going to start on tomorrow afternoon. The Rams on the road in Carolina. The Rams are minus 10.5. There are some boosts coming for each side. Devontae Adams is off the injury report and will play. Now, rookie tight end Terrence Ferguson is questionable because of a hamstring injury. He's been playing pretty well lately for the Rams. So, when Devontae was out, him, Kobe Parkinson, they were getting pretty involved in the pass game.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side for the Panthers, who already have a really good run game, they are getting starting guard Robert Hunt back tomorrow. So hopefully that can help boost them in some pass protection because they're not the greatest about that. So, Tyler, how we feel? Real quickly, Anthony, I feel like I have this conversation with you once a month. You can game plan for Barkley all you want, but every time somebody tries to game plan for him, it usually results in Jalen Hurts beating them. Go ask Steve Spagnuolo how that works.
Yep. Stack the box. They're going to attack you deep.
So, Clint's got the Rams winning 35-14. Jeez.
Ooh. You know what? Here's my take on this game. And I hate that it's going to be short. I think the Rams make a statement out of the Panthers, a team that they lost to a few weeks ago. And this is their statement game where I do think they blow them out by at least 17 plus. Okay. And that's their we're here and we're not going anywhere moment for this playoffs.
Okay. The one thing that the Panthers are going to have to try to do, they're going to have to get that run game going early if they want a shot at winning this game. I'm not going to be the guy that hears, oh, this is unfair. No, the Panthers are here. They've beaten this team before. And I actually like this prediction from Anthony. Davante Adams gets 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Davante Adams will have 2 touchdowns and Puka Nacua will have 200 yards.
And Blake Corum and Kyron Williams will have 95 yards each.
Basically.
But the only hope the Panthers do have is, like I said, they got to control the clock. They got to control the run game. The Rams, look, I know you guys keep saying that, and I'm going to pick the Rams to win this game, but the Panthers' run game could be a major factor in this game. The Rams don't play the run well.
They don't.
And they got a 2-headed monster back there, and they can make enough plays to beat this team. They don't have the weapons.
Yeah.
And as much as I love what the Panthers have done, that secondary is not competing with Davante Adams and Puka Nacua back healthy together.
No. Not a shot.
Oh, Clint, come on, man.
Oh, my. No.
No,
Clint. Oh, no.
So, wait, Clint, is it going to be so out of reach that it's going to be Andy Dalton and Jimmy Garoppolo on the field together?
Oh, my gosh. Andy Dalton and Jimmy Garoppolo taking a playoff field in 2026.
You've seen it all, brother. You've seen it all. All right, Tyler. So what's your since we're in the playoffs now, let's give these predictions, score predictions. What do you got?
Score prediction. I'm going 31-14.
Okay. I'll go 28-17. Of course, I'm going with the Rams.
Oh, my gosh. All right, I take back everything I've said about Indiana. They're winning it all.
So, I'll go 28-17.
If you want a prediction, it's going to be whatever Indiana's doing at Oregon. That's what the Rams are going to do.
No, I think it'll be a 28-17 game, 11 points. I like that matchup. And, you guys are all talking about the freaking offense and all this. You talk about Davante Adams, Puka Nacua. I'm going to go. I think we should do that, Tyler. Let's put a player of the game out for each of these games. Because, I mean, the chat's doing. I like that. So I'm going to go 28-17. Give me 3 sacks by Jarrett Verse.
3 sacks. You know what? I'm going to do you one better. Give me 4 touchdowns from Matthew Stafford, who's going to throw for 350.
Anthony, the over-under is the Rams are minus 10.5.
It's a lot to a little.
Oh, man. All right. So listen, when Unbiased is live on Monday, remember this comment.
27-24 Panthers.
Mikey is going for the upside. I love it, Mikey. I love the confidence. Man, Ted McMillan's going to have 220 yards for this kind of stuff to happen.
They might need some other wide receivers to wake up if they want to have a chance to win this.
Yeah, I mean, they can only rely on that run game and Tet so long. Jalen Coker or Xavier Legette, one of them has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and give me 150-plus scrimmage yards for Kyron Williams. Jesus Christmas.
Well, damn.
Anthony saying Matthew Stafford will have a reception from 6 different players. That's doable.
That's doable. At least one to each running back. Higbee.
Each receiver. Parkinson.
Yeah.
Maybe Ferguson if he plays. Yeah, that's doable. All right, let's move on into our Saturday night. Bears hosting the Packers. The Packers are -1. How are the Packers favored in this game?
Because honestly, Jordan Love doesn't get hurt in that one game. They may have swept him on the season. They may have.
And Jordan Love does have some playoff experience over Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, I'm going to start this one off because the big key for the Packers, it's simple as this. They don't have Micah Parsons. That's a big loss. What's up, Steven?
I got to turn this game off. Oh, my gosh. I feel bad for Oregon now. Anthony, I'm so sorry.
This is a rout. But, man, they are those dudes. But if the Packers, because here's the one thing, outside of Tucker Kraft, the Packers offense is kind of healthy. They're going to have Reed, Watson, and Dobbs.
Yep.
They really need to freaking do something about getting Josh Jacobs going. Now, Josh Jacobs is another one. He has not been the same running back he was last year, but he's been hurt.
Yeah. Do we know if Zach Tom's playing?
I believe. Let me check real quick. Steven, I will answer this for you real quick. Absolutely all for it. If it gets Bo Bichette here, I'm all for it. If he could be a Gold Glover at second, he could be a Gold Glover at third. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Let me go to the injury reports. All right. From what I'm seeing here. All right. Here we go. Zach Tom, questionable with a back injury. Was limited Wednesday. So, I mean, it looks like I think he's going to play.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like
CJ's going to be out. He's still in the concussion protocol.
Unless he's cleared it already.
I don't know. Show's estimated return next week if they win.
All right, so according to Matt LaFleur, he fully expects Zach Tom to play.
Okay. So that'll be a big thing for them.
That's a big boost.
I mean, I'm sorry. Chicago's been playing good football this year. But I just think the Packers are going to be better than them. I think Jordan Love makes them better than the Bears.
My biggest thing, Ryan, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Ryan?
Man, the chat is on a heater tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go in 27-20 Packers, Christian Watson, 75 yards and a touchdown.
Is that off of one catch? 175-yard catch and a touchdown it might be.
Listen, man, when Reed was out, he really stepped up big time and gave them that big playability down the field.
He did.
So the Packers defense is going to really need to step up in this game. Again, no Micah Parsons. We know this already. They're going to need Rashawn Gary and Luke Van Ness to consistently get after the quarterback. And as good as the Bears defense has been taking the football away, they're not they're not much better in everything else. They're good at taking the football away, but that's about it.
Yeah. Like, you're looking at a Bears team that barely won the game in overtime against Malik Willis, who played them for a little over half of the game. I think he came in the second quarter, something like that.
Something amongst that.
I got to take the Packers. On the road, I do feel like their experience in the playoffs.
And once again, what are we going to get out of Caleb?
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Well, it's because it's his first start, and like I said, when some guys, especially with the mistakes that Caleb makes, Caleb doesn't turn the football over a lot. That's the one thing I like about him. Yeah. But when the playoffs are there and you see that guy that wide open and you see the guy get free separation, when you're Caleb and that football comes out of your hand 100 miles an hour, you tend to make those overthrows. You miss your guy wide open. You throw it over his head.
And also, losing your last two games heading into the playoffs when you played your starters doesn't help with your momentum heading into the playoffs.
I agree. But, Ben Johnson said, we don't rest our starters. We play football. Okay, man.
Yeah, you play football and lose.
Did you play football last year against? Did you play football last year against the Commanders? Anthony, that's a good point. But, it looks like Rome Odunze's back. Luther Burden's been playing well. Colston Loveland's been playing well. Anthony, that's the thing. The Bears just have so many weapons. They're one of those teams where they're going to beat you with so many guys. All right. Now, there is supposed to be some weather in this game. Apparently, there's a snowstorm that's going to be hitting around the Chicago area.
Ooh. Here, I'm going to give my snow prediction and my normal prediction. Because if we're talking about a game, this goes back to like earlier in the year when you roasted me for saying that Ashton Genty could have had a big game against the Eagles. I was expecting a snow game. I was expecting one of those Buffalo snow games.
Tyler, I wouldn't have cared if it was sunny and 75. I could have told you Ashton Genty wasn't running all over the Eagles.
Well, it was sunny and nice out. That's why he didn't.
Excuse me, sir. I worked that day. Sunny and nice was
well, the time you worked, it wasn't. But by the time that football game rolled around.
Listen, you and I have been friends a long time. You've been working indoors too much, okay? You think that everything is nice like it's in the inside of your house. You've been working inside way too long. You need to come back outside.
If we were talking about terms of playing football, that was a nice day.
Yeah, okay.
But anyways, back to my snow game prediction.
This game's a rout.
DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai are a pretty lethal running back duo. Because they both complement each other very well. So if there's anyone that I would trust to take the ball more out of Caleb Williams' hands, don't even give him the chance to make any mistakes or overthink anything. Yeah, if it's snowing and they got to run the football more, I think they could definitely do it. I would give them the edge.
All right, so you're going Bears?
I don't know if that weather's actually going to happen. You know what? Screw the
I'm
weather.
going.
Give me the Packers either way.
Give me the Packers 20-17. And I'm going to go 131 yards and a touchdown for Josh Jacobs.
Wow.
He is the key because, he's been banged up. There was a game a few weeks ago. He only had like 4 carries. Green Bay has been trying to prepare themselves for the playoffs. Zach Tom's missed multiple games to get healthy. Jacobs has played limitedly. I think that's been a way to try to keep him a little healthier. I think Josh Jacobs has a big game, and I'm going to go with the Packers. They have the experience. And again, if the Bears win, I wouldn't be surprised. But the Packers have the experience. I'm going with the Pack.
Give me the Packers 24-20.
Okay.
And give me Rashawn Gary with 2 sacks. One of them being a strip sack.
Oh, no.
Because someone on that defense got to step up. Somebody
Not
does.
a bad pick. Another guy could be Xavier McKinney. Mr. 8 interceptions last year.
Yep.
Oh, boy, this game is ugly.
Well,
This
it looks like
game
they're going
is
to
a
be
lot.
resting their starters after half.
I would. I mean, you're still going to have a Mendoza at quarterback.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
All right, Tyler. Let's jump into Sunday. First up, we've got Jags hosting the Bills. The Jags are -1.5 at home. I do not like that line. Let's look at some injuries. For Buffalo, we got Terrell Bernard is out again with that calf injury. That is a crushing blow to their defense, which already isn't very good.
I don't like that.
Shout out Shaq Thompson. I forgot he was on the Bills.
Oh, gosh.
He is questionable with a neck injury. Wide receiver Joshua Palmer is questionable with an ankle injury. Backup running back Ty Johnson is questionable with an ankle injury. Rookie corner Maxwell Hairston is out with an ankle injury. So another blow to the Bills defense. And now let's go over to the okay, this thing is wilding right now. Hold on. For Jacksonville, Cole Van Lanen, their offensive lineman, questionable with a knee injury. And that's basically it for the Jacksonville side. So, Tyler, how are we feeling about this one?
Sam, I don't know how I feel about this one.
I don't either.
I'm so unconfident in who I think is going to win this game. Jacksonville, they've been pretty good at home this year, 7-2. Buffalo 5-3 on the road. The thing that you never know week in, week out is Josh Allen going to be able to do enough to win them the game? Because I've came to the realization the Bills' struggles has nothing to do with Josh Allen. They do not have a good team built around him. Their defense has gotten weaker over the years. Their offense has gotten worse over the years. It's basically James Cook, Josh Allen, couple tight ends. Good luck. He doesn't have a true number 1 wide receiver. The guys catching the balls they might not even be good number 2 wide receivers. So, if this is the year Allen gets bounced again, it's not on him.
Yeah, but again, you finally get to the postseason where you don't have to see that freaking big obstacle on the other side.
Let me ask you this then. So, Josh Allen, MVP quarterback, great quarterback, probably top 3 in the league, year in, year out. Why is it that it has to come down to a year where there's no Mahomes, no Burrow, or no Lamar Jackson to this is your year? Why can't they get a good enough roster around him to be able to say, oh, yeah, they can beat them?
Tyler, they had way better rosters when they were going up against Mahomes, and they still couldn't do it.
Yeah, now they're just getting worse.
Okay.
So why are you gonna keep getting worse? Forcing him to do more and more to be better.
Okay, I'm not the front office. That's not my problem. All I'm saying is if they fail to get out of the first round in Jacksonville, they are not. McDermott's gone.
Yeah.
On it right now. McDermott's gone.
I think McDermott's gone. And they definitely need to look at the front office as well, because they haven't been doing anything besides paying Josh Allen and James Cook.
That's what happens. When you pay a quarterback, but that's the other thing, Tyler. That's the problem. When you pay a quarterback, your roster is going to take hits. Tom Brady took hits his whole career, had no problem with it. So before you tell me about Josh Allen's team's getting worse, there have been quarterbacks that have had the same problems and have gotten through it.
The only one I really agree with is Mahomes.
Anthony said, who's a better quarterback, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen? Okay, I'll make that case. Lamar has had half the teams that Josh Allen had. He gets Lamar, hold on a second.
He gets unfairly criticized too.
But that's the point, though. Lamar Jackson has 3 straight years where somebody on his team screwed up.
Yeah, I know. And it's not his fault.
Tyler, welcome to the NFL, where if a quarterback doesn't win, he gets criticized for it. Welcome to the league.
But I don't want it to be the pity. Oh, this is Josh Allen's only chance.
Well, he hasn't proven it any otherwise.
That team hasn't proven it otherwise.
He's the quarterback. He, of course, is going to be the one under the most scrutiny.
All I'm saying is I don't think it's fair. Because if it weren't for him, if you put any, let's say, I'm going to say any 27 other quarterbacks on that team in the league, and they're not a playoff team, they probably have a losing record. Because he's won that many close games for them this year and brought them back. With what? Any week he was lucky enough to have what's his name? Dawson Knox? Or no, Kincaid. Kincaid was the one who's been hurt most of the year. They both get hurt. So you got 2 tight ends, your most reliable receivers. They're always hurt. Never know who you're going to get out there. And then you got your bum wide receivers. And you got James Cook running his ass off.
Which, by the way, they're going up against the top rushing defense in the league this year in Jacksonville. Jacksonville hasn't allowed a 75-yard rusher this year.
I think with how much we've talked about the Bills so far, I think we both know where we're going.
You're not going to pick Josh Allen to put the Superman cape on?
You know, everyone's time comes to an end.
And first off, can I also say that I have to agree with you with this, because the quarterback position in football is the most over-scrutinized position in sports.
Yeah, the people act like the quarterback plays all 21 other positions?
Yeah.
Besides their own?
Now, let me just ask you this. What if you, and I'm not saying I want to do this, I want to ask you, you're saying Josh has no help. If Josh
Not no
Allen,
help, just not a fully flushed out offense around
so
him.
if Josh Allen was on the Eagles, what do you think would happen?
If Josh Allen had, let's see, honestly, I don't even think Saquon's great. Saquon would be better than James Cook, but I don't think we even have to do a swap there. You can leave James Cook. If you gave Josh Allen, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith, I think they get to the conference championship again. And they're probably going to the Super Bowl. But their defense is the problem too. So that would just help the offense out, but their defense still stinks. So they need a lot more. It's not just the lack of weapons around Allen, because obviously they've found ways to make it work, to somehow outscore teams. That's the problem. They have to outscore them. They can't win any games comfortably.
Oh, I would agree with this because the Ravens are a better run organization.
Yeah.
And I agree with Clint's point here. Whatever running back steps up tomorrow on Sunday gives their team the win because you got the best rush defense going against one of the bottom feeders of rush defenses. I'm going to go. We'll go 27-21 Jacksonville.
Ooh. I'm going. Ready for this? 28-27 Jacksonville. Cam Little walk-off field goal from 65 yards.
You're gonna make Josh Allen really want to retire. This man's gonna retire if that happens.
If he loses to a 65-yard walk-off field goal, yeah, he might.
Yeah, for a player for Jacksonville, give me another 100-yard game for Parker Washington.
Okay.
Shout out, man. We are Penn State boy. Let's go. Give me Parker Washington with a 100-yard game and a tutty. Give me that. I'm confident with that.
I don't even know who I would pick. You know what? I'll pick Trevor Lawrence playing a turnover-free game. Over 200 yards passing. 2 passing touchdowns. 1 rushing touchdown.
Okay. All right, Tyler. Time for the big time. Eagles hosting the 49ers. Eagles are -6. Where the hell are we getting that line from?
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that from.
Anthony, I could see that. Oh my God! If he loses to Cam Little in overtime, he's done. He will ask to be traded. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony.
Go tell Cliff Kingsbury we said what's up.
Oh, man. Kingsbury bounced.
Clint's going Bills win 28-27. So he's going reverse of you. He's going 28-27 Bills. All right, Tyler. How do we feel about this game?
Man, I've been trying not to think about this game all year.
Oh, you got no
And
choice.
definitely for the last week.
Anthony, you know we love you.
So, one of the best defenses in the league. Actually, no. The best defense in the league. I now say with confidence.
Okay.
They are tasked with
Oh, dear.
slowing down Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense. Now, I can't even say I'm not super scared of Kittle because I like all of our linebacker matchups against him.
Not to mention you can throw Coop on him, too.
Yeah. None of the receivers scare you. It's literally just, can you contain McCaffrey in both the run game and the pass game?
Well, let's look at how that looks. Ricky Pearsall is questionable, but he did not practice all week.
Oh, that's not good.
They're also D. Winters is questionable as well, but he hasn't practiced at all. Really, I don't think he's going to play either. Their linebackers are shot in San Francisco.
Yeah. And that's what might really hurt them. Because I know Salah's done a great job keeping that defense competitive all year with the injuries. But what is the breaking point? And at what point does it get so deteriorated that the Eagles just put on one of the best running performances that they have all year? Which I think is a very real possibility.
You already know where I'm going with this.
We both know
This
where
is
we're
going to
going.
come. This is going to come down to Robert Saleh versus Kevin Patullo, and that's what scares me because you cannot come out in this game and do what you've been doing on offense in halves where you are not completing a pass. Now, I know people love to say, "Oh, you know they're playing possum." You don't play possum for 18 freaking weeks.
Oh no. Oh,
so unless there's a whole different play, unless Nick stole Kellen Moore's playbook last year and hit it deep into the freaking in his desk over the freaking season, they're not flipping a switch. I don't need I don't need this offense to score 40, 50 points. I need them to sustain drives that lead to points. I don't care if that's 2 touchdowns and 5 field goals. If you score 2 touchdowns and 5 field goals on Sunday, you're winning the football game. San Francisco's offense is going to run through one man and one man alone. And if there's anybody I trust to coach against Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey, it's Vic Fangio. He has an answer for everybody.
He does. And that's not saying Christian McCaffrey is going to be shut down.
No.
He's still going to be their best player out there. And he's going to perform. But I trust this defense and Vic Fangio to game plan to slow him down and make him less impactful to where they don't have a chance to win the football game.
I mean, you can't run the play to McCaffrey every single play.
Exactly.
And even with Trent Williams, I don't know how 100% he's definitely not 100%.
Not at all.
I just don't think they have and I don't think their O-line is good enough to compete with this front, especially now that Jalen Carter is healthy. Jordan Davis is looking like a monster. Moro Ajomo, Jalix Hunt, which, by the way, stat of the year, Jalix Hunt led the Eagles in sacks and interceptions. You heard that right. An edge rusher led the Eagles in sacks and interceptions.
What dark ages are we living in?
Well, he did play safety at Cornell.
Good point.
Clint. Oh, Clint, if that happens, I'm going to Broad. I'm ready for Broad. And I'm not talking about Broad as the Broad he's dating. But anyway, I'm talking about Broad Street. But I think Cooper DeJean's a big X factor because you're going to have to account for George Kittle. Like you just said, you're going to have to account for Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. I understand that our linebackers have done it sometimes. I don't love the matchup with them covering Christian McCaffrey. He's a whole different animal.
No,
because McCaffrey's not just he's the running back that comes out the backfield. They split him out wide.
They do.
Like, if Christian McCaffrey decide to walk into Shanahan's office and say, I no longer want to be a running back, I want to be a slot receiver, he'd be the best in the league.
Yeah.
The dude would be Wes Welker on steroids.
Like the guy did Wes Welker do steroids? Hold on a minute.
No, he just played with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning his whole career.
I'm pretty sure when he was in Denver, there was a year he was suspended for a few games for PEDs. Start off.
That's not here nor there.
Yep.
That's not here. We're not talking about that.
Sorry, Sam. I ruined your analogy.
You're good. You're good. But my biggest X factor is Kevin Patullo. Can he do enough as a play caller to do this? Oh, Clint. Oh, I saw it. I saw the confirmation.
You know what? Good. Keep it casual. Get me another ring, Coop.
Yeah, you get us a second ring, I don't care who you date. But that Niners defense, as good as I know, as much as you and I both love Robert Saleh, that defense is not good. They're just not. They don't have the bodies. Fred Warner and Nick Bosa not being there is killer. They're not good.
Let's look at their last 4-something games. Seattle, they only put up 3. They allowed 13. That was a tough game all around. The Bears, they won. They allowed 38. The Colts, led by Phillip Rivers, they allowed 27. And the Titans, they allowed 24. Like, really? 24. That's why the Niners, while they are a good team, they don't scare me. They're beatable.
They're very beatable.
And they're not going to put up as many points as they have against these other teams that they've been beating. I don't see them scoring more than 20.
Because this is not the 40, all these Niners fans that, because they're trying to ignite the rivalry again. First of all, there was never a rivalry to begin with. But those Niner teams, this is not the same as those teams that came here 2-3 years ago in the NFC title game. This is not the same. So, I'll kick this one off. Wait, don't do this. Clint, why you do this? Clint, don't do this to me, man. We're friends, don't do this. Now, we kind of touched on this game a little earlier. We talked about the Eagles O-line and all that stuff. I'm going to go 24. I'm going to go 24-13 Birds. And I'm going to go with A.J. Brown. 100 yards, give me a touchdown. Fun fact, A.J. Brown's never gone over 100 yards in a playoff game as an Eagle.
Wow. But yeah, they usually run the football. Too much.
Boys, a couple games where he's had 96 yards. But, you're waiting for that big, impactful game from him. And I think we're going to see it because, again, the Niners defense, not good. Secondary, really not good. You saw what Jackson Smith and Jigma did to Diamador Lenore. Ooh.
Yeah, he made him shut up. That's what he did. Stop running his mouth, talking like he's the best corner in the league. Take a seat. Yeah, I definitely think AJ will pick on him a lot. I don't think he's going to ask to travel with them this week. I think he's done asking for traveling duties. Salah's probably like, nah, buddy, you go out there and you play on one side. You're not traveling nowhere.
But of course, the 1 week he gets to stay put, it's against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Well, he's screwed either way still. So it don't matter.
You're either going to get bullied to death or you're going to get route run to death.
So I think the easy choice, let me give my score prediction first. I think it's going to be a 24-20 game.
Oh, my God. Why do you want to sit in my house and watch me have a panic attack?
They always give us nail biters, Sam. We got our chance to relax during the Super Bowl. That was the most relaxed Eagles game I've watched in the past decade.
So wait, can I tell a story about that, by the way? For anybody who's watching, I think this is a fun story. I always like to bring it up. So, for any one of our fans, what we do every year is, since Tyler and I and all of our friend group, we lived in such close proximity to each other, we always come to my house and watch every Eagles game that we can. So every year we have a Super Bowl party, and we do this every year. So last year, and now mind you, Tyler's girlfriend didn't get into football till about 2 years ago. Then we took her to the Eagles home opener in 2023, and we've turned her into a nut job, just like all of us. But so now she's probably worse than me at some points watching Eagles games. I don't know if Tyler, I don't know how she is if just you guys are watching, so you can attest to this. So she's probably turned into another version of me. I'm terrible too. Last year, when the Eagles are beating the Chiefs so badly in the Super Bowl, she sits on the couch and asks us, are we not happy that we just won the Super Bowl? And we're like, oh, see, you haven't experienced this for the decades that we have. We are happier than anything. We don't get a stress-free Super Bowl win in this city. That's not how this goes. Mm-hmm. So all the suspense was gone by the second quarter. But she was like, are we not happy?
So, my prediction, 24-20. The easy pick for player of the game would be Saquon Barkley, but I don't think it's that easy. I think Dallas Goedert picks on them linebackers, and I think we see Goedert go over 100 and get a couple touchdowns.
And that's all I ask for Kevin Patullo. When you know a team has a weakness, try to go after it. Use Saquon out of the backfield.
Yeah. Yeah, make a linebacker follow him out.
Yeah.
Create matchups, mismatches.
Get Dallas Goedert involved. But you got to exploit that match. Do you know how bad the 49ers linebacker situation is right now? Did you see who they signed this week?
Who'd they sign?
Kaiser White.
Oh, that's
bad. Former Eagle Kaiser White.
That's bad.
Which, if he gets some type of game-changing play, I'd fire Patullo before the game even ends.
Oh, my.
Flint's going Coop with a pick six. He's going to go both receivers. Both receivers go for a hundo. And he's on 30-17. Anthony kind of jumped on us a minute and said next game he's going with the Chargers will beat New England after forward research.
Forward research.
We're going to have to get to that in a second. But yeah, so you're going 24-20. Did you give like a player prediction or no?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know. I couldn't remember if you did.
You forgot?
I'm sure I didn't.
It's I want to be Dallas.
Okay. I'm going AJ. Clint's going with Coop on the defensive side, both receivers. I'm gonna go with 2 sacks, 2 for somebody.
Mariano.
JD.
Oh.
Give me the big fella. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Oh, he don't do no more stumbling.
Just a lot of rumbling and bumbling. Anthony said, did you know week 3, Geno Smith versus Drake May nearly had the same stats and New England lost? Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, Let's get into it. Right, that's a Sunday night game.
Yes, it is.
Chargers, Patriots, Tyler. Patriots -3.5 at home. Injuries. Omari and Hampton, questionable with an ankle. It looks like he will be playing. Let me just go down the list here. Elijah Molden, their safety, is questionable for the wild card round with that hamstring injury that's been bothering him. But he has been playing through it, so I would expect him to play. For the Pats, Kayshawn, I think
Booty.
you pronounce it Booty, is questionable with a hamstring injury.
Oh no.
Tonga, one of their defensive linemen, is out with a foot injury. That is something to monitor. Harold Landry is questionable with a knee injury, but he's been having that issue for a while now. So, Tyler, you kind of already picked who you have going to the Super Bowl. How do you feel about this game?
Justin Herbert does not exercise his demons. Anthony, I don't know what forward research you did, but you got to look again. We used to talk about Justin Herbert being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's still up there. But I'm looking at Mr. Drake May, leads the league in QBR, 8 interceptions on the year, 31 passing touchdowns, third in the league, 4,394 yards passing, fourth in the league. Hold on. The math is still coming.
Math is still mathing?
The math is still mathing. He has almost 600 more passing yards in less passing attempts than Justin Herbert. That offense just operates better than the Chargers. And the Chargers do have a pretty solid defense. But I think the Patriots' defense as a whole unit plays better. I think the Patriots play really good team football.
I agree. Ooh. And plus, as much as I love that receiving core in LA, the Patriots have the DBs to match. You know, they have Christian Gonzalez, they have Carlton Davis.
Mm-hmm.
With Tonga, their one defensive lineman out, that may hamper their run defense a little bit, but I still think between Landry and Chaseon and Milton Williams and all these guys, plus Will Campbell is back on that O-line, I think the Pats win. I like Clint's score prediction. He's on 31-20.
I like that too.
I also agree with this.
Yeah. That would be pretty on par. I mean, the Patriots, they're fourth in the league in passing yards per game, sixth in the league in rushing yards per game, second in the league for points scored against opponents, and fourth points allowed. They average 10 points outscoring their opponents every game. So I'm going to go a 30-20 victory for the New England Patriots. I think Herbert actually has a better playoff performance, but I don't think they have enough to get the win.
I agree, Clint. Keenan Allen does deserve it for staying healthy for a full season. Chargers, I'm really taking a deep consideration of what Clint said. Oh, Clint, I'll never bash Keenan Allen. It's just the guy's got. We've only just felt bad for him because the guy's got paper mache hamstrings. It's not been more making fun of him. I just feel bad for the guy.
It's the price you got to pay for being the best route runner in the league for so many years.
Damn right. I'm really taking into deep consideration what Clint said earlier with this freaking offensive line. I think the Patriots, the one thing they do well with their D line, they get after the quarterback. Like I said, Chaseon, Landry, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Patriots 27-17.
Wow.
Give me 8 catches for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry. Oh man, I like that.
Every young, inexperienced playoff quarterback's best friend, tight end, run game.
Yep. And you know what's so sad about that? The Chargers had Hunter Henry at one point.
And they got Gaston now. They're fine.
Yeah. Oh, it took them long enough.
All right. Now, Tyler, you gave your prediction, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the final game of the weekend. Well, it's not even the weekend. The Texans in Pittsburgh on Monday night. The Texans are -3. Let's look at that injury report. Kamari are questionable with an ankle injury, him to play. Jonnu Smith is questionable with a lower body injury. Tyler, you might as well just sell that over to me as we're on the show. It's over. All right. Tyler, how are we feeling about this game?
I'm feeling like the Steelers are going to make some noise. Aaron Rodgers still has enough left in the tank. He's not done showing people how it's done yet. He's got the playoff experience. I don't know if I trust CJ Stroud enough yet. And I know the Texans' defense is great. They are. What worried me about their defense is when they allowed the Colts to put up 30 on them. And I'm pretty sure they weren't rest. They didn't rest starters.
Started to pull them in the second half.
Yeah. But still, it was not a good look.
I personally don't think the Steelers are a good matchup for the Texans because of how poorly are going to mean everything. I've got to pick Aaron Rodgers over are going to mean everything. I've got to pick Aaron Rodgers over CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to go.
I'm going first. I'm going 17-13. And that's a game-winning drive from Mr. Rodgers himself.
Is that your go with your player, Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, shit. Oh, they got back on it.
Everything goes Indiana's way, dude.
It honestly does. It's like they got a magnet.
This team is just...
But yeah, I'll go Aaron Rodgers with my player of the game. The old head himself. Still zip that football. Still got a great arm. They're going to have DK Metcalf back.
That'll help.
Give me a 300-yard Aaron Rodgers performance, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah, I mean, Texas defense is too good not to take the football away at least once.
Yeah.
And you always have like that early interception where like everything, the tension's high. You just got to settle in.
You're trying to see what you can get away with. You're testing them.
Yeah. I'm going to go 20-10 Steelers. And give me, I'm going to go wacky player of the game. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers front defensive line with 6 sacks.
Ooh. Damn, 6 sacks.
CJ Stroud?
Oh, hold on, man. Hold on.
It's not a good, I told you, it's a, oh my goodness. This is embarrassing.
Another one.
Anthony, you may need to have a conversation about your Oregon Ducks, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't walk in here and get dusted like this.
But anyway, I mean, look, you got Keanu Benton, who had 5.5 as a defensive tackle. Derek Harmon had 3 as a rookie, and he was banged up. Cameron Hayward, again, is just unreliable.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got the guys coming off the edge. I mean, Nick Herbig had 7.5 this year. Alex Highsmith, he had 9.5. He's always been a serviceable pass rusher. So, and then, of course, even with the injuries, TJ Watts he had 7. So, the Steelers front, I always feel like when they're at home in the playoffs, even early, they play well. So, I'm going to go Steelers 20-10, and Tomlin gets his first playoff win in a decade. And then that basically gives him another decade to be the Steelers head coach.
Oh, man.
Well, all right, Tyler. Now that we've gotten all the picks and predictions out, everybody with the comments was awesome. Real quickly, Clint just said, what do you say here? I trust Rodgers more than Stroud, and that Texans O-line is still bad. Yup, Clint. That's why I'm going with the Steelers D-line as my players of the game.
Yep.
He's on 2 sacks for Watt. He may get 2. All right, Tyler, give me your game of the week.
All right, I've been
if you had to pick one matchup.
Waiting. Give me the rubber match between Green Bay and Chicago. The moment I've been waiting for. That's my game to watch.
I'm going to go with the game we just talked about. I'm going to go Steelers-Texans. I like a good defensive battle. I'm interested to see what the Steelers do in the playoffs, see if they can get it done, and that's where I'm going with. But now, everybody, this is where we all bid you adieu. First off, we want to apologize for the first attempt of this show. Restream decided they didn't want us to go live tonight, so they decided to boot us after 12 minutes into the first show, so we had to delete everything. We had to put everything back in order. We had to re-enter Restream. It was a mess, but we got the show out. I want to throw out a shout-out to everybody tonight. Anthony, Clint, Mikey, Ryan, Steven, Freddie. Everybody who was throwing their comments in tonight was absolutely awesome. You guys are the best fans in the world, like we always say. We love every single one of you guys for the love and support you give us week in, week out. Clint, one last time, he's going Bills and Jags. Not a bad pick whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, guys, we are going to get out of here. Enjoy Wild Card Weekend. Unbiased, Monday night, 7 p.m. We'll be recapping Wild Card Weekend. We'll be talking some potential fits for John Harbaugh, who was fired on Tuesday this week. We'll, of course, recap the semifinals of the playoff. And we have some NBA news to talk about this week. Someone got traded the other day. So we'll get into that all on Unbiased on Monday. Also, guys, not going to give you the details yet. 609 announcement coming in the coming weeks. So just to leave you a little head scratcher for the next couple of weeks. But we're going to get out of here, guys. Enjoy Wild Card Weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Good night, everybody.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.
Sam, what did you do?